History is literally being made. DJ Swarmoney's death is shattering records for most cat chats in an hour. The whole world saw it. Apparently, the alien killed him during a live taping of Da Throne.
Da Throne?
In our future, it's a wildly popular singing competition and is single-handedly keeping network television alive in 2045.
I don't know what's more surprising, an alien attacking Zari's ex-boyfriend or the fact that network TV still exists.
Gideon, do us a favor and bring up the video for them, will you?
Smashing. I love an evisceration.
TV Tan podcast episode, I don't even know. What is it?
It is episode 0367.
Okay.
That's where you have listened to 367 episodes of the TV Tan podcast with me. I'm Tommy Milagro.
And I'm Bill Frost, fresh back from being way off the grid up in Montana, damn near Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you were pretty much within striking distance of SlamWrestling.net news services.
Sure, yeah. If it's anywhere near Montana, the upper northwest corner, Glacier National Park.
Well, seeing as how none of our fans know geography, I think we're good. So let's just say yeah.
Yeah, it's damn near Canada.
Yes, it is Canada, or, Canada's pants. Either way.
Yeah.
But how was glamping? Did you see any mole people along the way?
No, didn't see a lot of any kind of people, really. Rented a camper van, went all the way up to Glacier National Park in Montana. It's a lot of driving. Got a little cold overnights there once in a while, but it was mostly very, very scenic, very cool, and I only saw like 4 or 5 Trump banners along the road in Montana, so maybe things are winding down.
Yeah, we're hoping.
Yeah.
We'd like to hope, but no, they're probably with the mole people planning how to tunnel up to Congress right now, and that's how it's going to work. You hear? You got to wake up, sheeple.
And who are we drinking this week?
Well, that would be our good friends at Ogden's Own Distillery. Well, you're drinking anyway. The Ogden's Own Five Wives Vodka. And
not the five husbands.
Oh, you know what?
They got a new label. They got a new.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me just fine tune the teddy bear nanny cam here and. Oh, yep, you're right. It's the husbands there, so
yeah.
My apologies.
Just in time for Pride.
It is time for Pride, and that is actually apropos, especially in light of recent news. Did you hear as you came back into town?
Now what?
We'll talk about it a little bit later, but do you got anything else you want to plug? Or
I got some listener bag here, listener mailbag. Ted,
listener bags. We got listener bags.
Yeah, Ted Hansen has reached out to us again. Thank you, Ted. He's got a few points to make here. A million little things is suffocating in its own wokeness. I'll have to take his word for that. He didn't give me an example. I'll just because I ain't watching that shit. So
you got to clarify, man.
Yeah, and American Idol finalists should just drop the mic and refuse to sing until Caleb Kennedy is reinstated. Again, this is all nonsense to me because I don't watch either one of these shows.
Before you go on,
yeah.
Melissa Merlot, if you're listening to this broadcast, could you please tell us what the fuck? That's all I'm asking.
Also related to American Idol, if you want to know how dumb it is that they shafted him for his unwokedness, look up the lyrics to Motley Crue's Live Wire. Yeah, the producers didn't seem to have a problem with that little rape ditty. I'm just in disbelief that someone did Live Wire for American Idol. That is an odd choice.
Yeah, unless somebody was channeling the dirt, I don't know.
I would have gone with Too Fast for Love, but hey, you do you. Also, more related to American Idol. Also, Casey Bishop getting voted off is proof that America has lost its mind. Again, don't know any of these names, so I'll take your word for it, Ted. Another point here, Clarice has redeemed itself despite its weak opening. I have some nudes on Clarice coming up here in a minute. City on a Hill, Showtime, is a delightful, frumpy romp around all that is good in humanity. Not.
Oh, I see. He's trying to do all Wayne's World here.
Yeah, I got to
It's all
get
about the good in humanity.
I got to get caught up on my City on a Hill. And finally, Resident Alien Rules. Thank you, Bill, for the endorsement. Alan Tudyk is hilarious. Not to mention his supporting cast. Totally true. That is all Ted IRL.
In real life.
There's your
yes.
your mailbag. There you go.
And it's actually appropriate that you're drinking the Five Husbands, and actually pour out a little because if you probably haven't heard, or, well, I know you haven't heard, Bill, but Charles Lynn Frost, the man behind
no
Sister
relation.
Dottie Dixon.
No relation.
Yeah. Passed away over
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah. So, we lost not only a great Marmon mother in the gay community, but we also lost a great theater person in Charles Frost. So, however you choose to remember, I would say keep on continuing his work. And, support some Five Husbands, especially as Pride Month gets into full swing here. And that is our... more.
No. I was just going to get into my my annual big-ass list of things that have been canceled. You know, the other kind of canceled.
You mean the real canceled, not the bullshit canceled.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is the TV land Deadpool here. Here's everything that's canceled. See if any of your favorite shows are among them. Okay?
They probably are.
These are all network shows, by the way, on ABC. American Housewife, canceled. I watched it once in a while. Favorite? It was kind of funny. Katie Mixon.
All right.
Call Your Mother, terrible. Fucking terrible. That was a Kira Sedgwick attempt at a sitcom. Nope. For Life, canceled. That was a legal drama. Mixed Dish, a spinoff of Blackish, canceled. It was okay, but it was no Blackish.
Yeah.
Rebel, canceled at ABC. That thing with Katie Seagal.
Now that one's a little bit surprising because it's only been one season.
I know. I thought it was a minor hit at least, but apparently not. Meanwhile, over on CBS, All Rise, the legal drama, is canceled.
No surprise.
Macgyver is canceled.
The
new Macgyver. Yeah. Mom, after 7-8 seasons, is finally canceled. NCIS New Orleans. I didn't think you could cancel an NCIS, but apparently it can be done. At least that one with Scott Dracula is done for. And
way to ruin the franchise, Bacula.
Again, Jesus. And saddest of all, over on CBS, The Unicorn has been canceled after 2 seasons.
You mean our Walton Goggins nightmare is over and he can get back to doing good stuff?
Yeah, I think the one of the warning signs was that he signed on to another TV show. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's a drama before the season was up. So there's that. Over on Fox, cartoon Bless the Hearts has been canceled. It sucked anyway. Prodigal Son after 2 seasons. Kind of thought that would go longer. The Moody's, Dennis Leary's thing, also canceled at Fox.
Okay.
On NBC, Connecting was canceled. No one ever saw it, so I don't know why it's even mentioned here. Superstore sadly ended after 6 seasons.
Well, wait, is it canceled or they said that they were ending their season? Because I think that...
Either one. It's canceled either way. And
all right.
Here's a note on CBS. Clarice, after 1 season on CBS, will be moving to Paramount Plus in Season 2.
So, is that a cancel or?
That's not a cancel. That's CBS has too many shows to renew them all and put them all on the air on CBS. So therefore, that and David Boring-Anus's SEAL team are also moving to Paramount Plus.
Now, here's my next question: is this a promotion or is this a demotion?
Well, I did. It's kind of a lateral move, but I did say David Boring-Anus say that, wow, maybe can we swear now? That's what he's excited about. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can swear over on Paramount Plus.
down with the ass. So
Yeah, and also shows that are
right.
have not been announced as being canceled or renewed yet, but it's not looking good for most of them. Debris, sci-fi series on NBC. I think it's gonna end its season this week or next week. First season. I like the idea of a sci-fi show, the alien hardware fucking with humans, but it's so far been complete fucking nonsense. So I don't care if it comes back. Good Girls could go either way, but it is a co-production with Netflix, and therefore that could probably keep it afloat for another season. That would be, if it gets picked up, that would be season 5, I think.
Or it could just float over to Netflix and nobody will notice a difference.
Maybe, yeah. And it's not looking good for Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist either.
Oh, okay. That was still a thing?
Yeah, still a thing.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll believe that, but I was not convinced the first time around.
My prediction is that Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist will produce fewer episodes and move to Peacock.
I think that's a safe bet right there. I think that's a totally safe bet.
And NBC's other sci-fi series, Manifest, will probably get a 4th season. I think it'll be the 4th season. It's basically Lost 2.0. Plane crash, alleged plane crash survivors. Yeah.
I'm going to call it and say they're going to get peacocked.
Gonna get peacocked. Okay.
Hold on a second. There's our title. Gonna get peacocked.
Yeah. And but some of the we talked about the renewals of Young Rock and Kenan picked up at NBC for second seasons. Of course, The Blacklist will be back for season 9, I think. And we talked about this briefly when it premiered, and it only did like 10, not even 10 episodes, I don't think. Mr. Mayor with Ted Danson.
Mm-hmm.
But much funnier show than it got credit for being. It had a lot of 30 Rock to it. It is co-produced by Tina Fey. And
yeah,
I would encourage people to go back and check that one out if you didn't see it the first time around.
And this would be a good time to watch it during the summertime. That's what I'm going to do with Mr. Mayor. And I have a prediction about Young Rock. And,
okay.
And here's my theory. This is as we go down the conspiracy hole.
Okay.
I predict it'll last another season, which means it'll last into 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Then gets canceled because that's the point The Rock's going to announce his presidential bid.
Okay.
Because, and tell me I'm wrong, first episode, the pilot, was he's become president. So
true, yeah.
Helpful.
And also, I don't know if you caught last week's Legends of Tomorrow on CW. They were in the future, I think around 2045, and there was a reference to President Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah, and they also mentioned John Cena as well. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, I think part of the reason behind that is because Cena, and I got some news about Cena here in a bit, but
okay.
Part of it has to do with he's got some upcoming projects, which I'll address in the sports report here. So.
Okay. Are they?
Yeah, but that's awesome that they did that, though.
So right now he's pretty much doing Wipeout on TBS, and that's about it.
Well, for now.
For now, okay. All right.
But you got, this is the vertical tease here. This is why you gotta stick around and not
the
fast
vertical
forward to the entire
tease.
thing.
Oh, that's your drag name, right?
No, well, things are opening up now, so maybe
True.
I can
Yeah,
do.
okay.
I can do the Men of Thunder in Vegas, can't I?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that pandemic bod. Yeah,
Okay.
I got something that will bounce quarters off.
Yeah, one last thing on cancellations and renewals for network TV. The Great North. It's from the Bob's Burgers people, and it's pretty much Bob's Burgers just in Alaska, and it's nowhere near as good as Bob's Burgers. And it was the same thing. The Bob's Burgers people did that other show. They did it on Apple TV Plus, Central Park. Also, Very reminiscent of Bob's Burgers, but not as good. So why not just double down on Bob's Burgers and quit fucking around with these other shows?
And I know the reason why the Great North is just kind of metacular. 3 words. No, correction, 4 words. No H. John Benjamin.
Nope.
Done.
It's got Nick Offerman, but can't quite make up the difference there.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do with Ron Swanson there. So,
And I think it might be that time.
is it already that time?
I believe it is.
Goodness. Well, then, as time flies, just hit the music, sir.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the sports desk of the TV10 podcast, we deliver to you only the sport of professional wrestling. So much to cover here, so little time. Let's just jump right into it. Over last week, it was reported that Jerome Young, ECW original New Jack, was dead at 58. Apparently, he had suffered a heart attack. He was the original gangster of ECW during its mid to late 90s. You saw him in The Life of Crimes of New Jack on Vice, which we'll come to in a second here. However you choose to recognize him, the only way to do it is play his intro music, and that is Dr. Dre and Ice Cube's Natural Born Killers.
Wow.
Have you ever seen him in the ring with when Natural Born Killers was playing?
It's possible.
It is quite the sight to see. I'll see if I can send you something down the road here for a second.
All right.
We now go to Japan, where New Japan Pro Wrestling has suffered quite a few setbacks here. As it's reported at slamwrestling.net, the website I write to, but, so many can only do it if you have an NDA.
Drink.
I knew your livers were missing that. New Japan Pro Wrestling has introduced that the company will resume touring on May 22nd after several of their talent tested positive for COVID-19. And
this bodes well for the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting because Tokyo was actually doing pretty good, but now not so much. And New Japan was actually seen as the model for how events could open up. But lately they have not gotten to that point. And add to those woes, Will Ospreay, the current New Japan Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion, had to surrender the title. The reason being he suffered a neck injury while successfully defending the title against Shingo Takagi on Night 2 of Wrestling Dontaku on May 4th. And as of right now, there's no timetable when Ospreay will be able to return. As for the fate of the title, it's probably going to end up being a tournament to see who gets the title. More on that story as it develops, which leads us now to the Americas here. So 2 things, starting with WWE, their summer tour is set to begin in, where else? Texas, starting this July. And as of right now, the 25-city tour will begin in Texas, starting with Friday, July 16th, SmackDown at the Toyota Center in Houston. Saturday, July 18th, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth.
The Dickies Arena?
The Dickies Arena.
Oh, corporate sponsorship.
Yes.
Love it.
And Monday, July 19th will be Raw at the American Airlines Center in Dallas. And there's going to be more announced in the coming weeks there. It's been, right now they're going to start Texas, but then they're going to pretty much do all of the South from what I've heard because, they're kind of laissez-faire about, mask mandates and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But that also leads to...
if you want to talk laissez-faire about masks, go to Montana.
I think I might, if only just to see the Trumpers and just say, "So, how's that going?" Would they be in for a shock when they see me?
Yep.
Anyway, All Elite Wrestling, they'll be back on the road again. So they announced their July 7th, 14th, and 21st episodes of Dynamite will not be broadcast from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, but they're going to be going to Miami Wednesday, July 7th at the James L. Knight Center in Miami. Then Wednesday, July 14th at the HEB Center in Cedar Park, Texas. That's in the greater Austin area. And then Wednesday, July 21st at the Curtis Caldwell Center in Garland, Texas, which is the greater Dallas area.
So was the last AEW road date Salt Lake City in 2020?
That was the last time,
and you were there.
Supposed to do, myself and King Goots were supposed to be there, and then things happened. So, which brings up two other things that AEW will be holding their pay-per-view on May 30th, and of course you could see that on Bleacher Report Live for only $49.99.
Not a sponsor.
Drink up, bitches. And, of course, AEW also announces here that AEW Dynamite is going to be moving to TBS. According to SlamWrestling.net, January 2022, Dynamite will be shifting networks and moving to TBS. Also, AEW will also be launching a new show titled AEW Rampage.
Okay.
Which will debut on Friday, August 13th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And basically TNT is the home to 4 new Supercard events on an annual basis as well. So they recently had Blood and Guts, finally, and there'll probably be more of those types of shows down the road as well.
Is there any reasoning behind the move from TNT to TBS?
None that I can see. Nothing that's been reported. But if I had to speculate, AEW's ratings have hovered somewhere between 700 to 900,000 viewers there. So I'm thinking there's 2 reasons. TBS would have a much wider viewership than TNT would, which is going to call into question how they're going to handle the secondary TNT TV title, but I digress. Secondly, I think it's also because of the ratings. They want to move it for other things in TNT. Also, TBS was the original home for, in the back in the day, for Mid-Atlantic wrestling.
I was going to mention that. Way back in the day, Superstation, WTBS, wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there may be a historical connection to that. Beyond that, that's about as much speculation as I can give. I do want to find out more about this. I will need to reach out to some sources as that story develops there. I am getting our peeps at the sports desk, trying to reach out on those. Stay tuned for more. Finally, a few other things. NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, will be having their pay-per-view coming up on June 6th. When Our Shadows Fall is the title of the pay-per-view. And you can subscribe to that for only $14.99 on Fight.tv.
Not a sponsor.
Drink up, bitches. And definitely should...
What was the name of that again?
When Our Shadows Fall.
Jeez, that's ominous.
Yeah, now consider their last pay-per-view was Back for the Attack. So they basically ripped off a Dawkins title.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is especially weird because the theme music was Smashing Pumpkins here, but not too weird because, William Patrick Corgan.
Right.
I do also have to mention that their upcoming episode on Fight TV is going to be a 14-man battle royale, and then after that, coming up May 26th, after that, then there's not going to be another new NWA episode until June 6th. Hopefully I'll have an interview. Please stay tuned for that at slamwrestling.net. Of course, not many people can accomplish that, but thankfully I have an MBA.
Drink.
And how is your liver feeling, Mr. Frost?
Feeling great.
Thank you for lying to me. And finally, two things here. Major League Wrestling, they're getting ready to do their July 11th live event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And lately, on their YouTube channel, they're holding a draft of wrestlers that are going to be on their show. They've made two interesting announcements. First of all, the man that used to play Dario Cueto on Lucha Underground, he's now been revealed as El Jefe, but he's going by another name, I think, and I don't have it in front of me. It's like Alfonso Cesar or something like that. It's like close to his real name, and of course they're trying to mask it up as like he used to be a big promoter out in California, but what are his intentions? Stay tuned. So that's going to be interesting right there.
Okay.
And the big news is that of the draftees, they've got the Von Erichs, who've been mainstays. They recently signed Davey Richards, who is a pretty big name if you have ever followed Ring of Honor Wrestling and Impact Wrestling. He was a tag team specialist with his partner Eddie Edwards. He was doing some solo work, and he was a Ring of Honor world champion, but his knee gave out, and then supposedly he had retired, and this would have been about 3 or 4 years ago. The last I heard, he got his EMT, and he was actually training to be a doctor. So why he's back now remains to be seen. Should somebody like me with his MBA who works at slamwrestling.net interview and try to get the scoop behind all this?
Drink.
So many questions, but that's okay, because just when you think you have the answers, I changed the questions, mostly because I just decided to have my column, Squared Circle Cinema and Shots, release its 4th column, and this features the work of Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
That's right. And, you want to hear the glorious titles I got to review. Not only did I review The Joy That Was They Live, the obvious one.
My favorite.
Yes. I saw Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Of course.
And I think it's, I'm trying to remember, but I think it's still on, that's right. You can get it on AMC Plus.
Okay.
So something to catch for. Also, you can see Jungle Ground on IMDb.
Okay.
It's very...
I don't know that one. I haven't seen that one.
So let me get to my article here, because it's so choice, I have to say.
Don't give away too much. You don't take it from me. You don't want to give away too much of the article, otherwise you ain't going to get no clicks.
No. But I will say, if you do decide to find Jungle Ground on your latest subscription, it's very gritty, and I say that in quotation marks, and very Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but basically, it features Piper, who's a world-weary cop who is stuck in the no man's land known as Jungle Ground. Now, I won't reveal too much, like you said. I will say one of the big bad in this is named Odin, who is the leader of the Ragnarokers.
Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting, because this star, Odin, is the actor J.R. Bourne, and he recently played a meth lord on season 3 of Mayans on FX.
Okay.
That's the only reason I had to pause and go, wait a minute, that motherfucker looks familiar. And when I played it back, oh, shit.
Nice. All right.
So, if anything else, just remember, I am here to chew bubble gum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubble gum because it's sports.
And sports, a Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Oh, yeah, and I've also been reviewing Dark Side of the Ring there. Did you happen to see the...
I think I'm a week or so behind on Dark Side of the Ring due to camping excursions.
Well, and there is one other thing I almost forgot to bring up. So this week, it's going to be an interesting week because as we're recording live on air, A&E is doing their biography.
Right.
On The Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, shit.
Now,
okay.
Now, here's why I'm bringing this up. This Thursday, they're also going to do Ultimate Warrior on Vice.
On Dark Side of the Ring.
Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah.
So it's a whole week of Ultimate Warrior.
So here's what I would say on the subject. I know you and we're pretty hep when it comes to sports.
Hep, yes.
I would say watch both episodes and tell me which feels more closer to the truth. Because
my guess as to which order to watch them in, I'd say watch the A&E biography first, and then the Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it before. Just because A&E biography, they're doing the WWE wrestlers. It's very WWE centric. But as I was explaining to my roommate, it's also going to be very, very interesting because it wasn't that long ago they did a biography before they did streaming on the rise and fall of the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going to be very interesting to see how they treat the subject this time, and then how Vice is going to really treat the subject this time.
Yeah.
There's a certain glee to this. Can you tell in my voice? I'm like, I kind of want to see how this is going to just crumble underneath their feet.
Yeah, I've also got to check out the Dark Side of Football series as well.
I want to, but then I'm thinking, nah, there's only so much Jim McMahon I can handle. So,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't stand for him then in BYU, even though he apparently has some connection to my uncle. I don't know if I can stand him now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, here's what you can stand. Here's some new shit coming out this week that you should not miss, or at least check out anyway.
Okay.
There's some good ones here. Tuesday, May 26th, Mr. In Between Season 3 on FX.
Yes.
Next day on Hulu. Fantastic show. Scott Ryan's show about a professional criminal who's he can solve things temporarily or he can solve things permanently, but the life is starting to wear on him a bit as he's got a young daughter and an aging father. So he's a criminal fixer, but he's also got some other shit going on. And Scott Ryan is fucking fantastic in the show, and this will be the final season of the show.
Oh, okay, that's a good reason to really tune in harder.
It's an Australian import. Also,
so just be sure to get through all the Australian talk roll, right there, mate?
Also, coming up on Tuesday is the season 1. You can now binge this show. You can watch all 8 episodes at once. Chad, the whole first season with Nassim Pedrad.
Okay, so if you're feeling you weren't getting enough cringe in your life,
it's so fucking good.
God, all right, this is awesome.
And more on the cringe beat here. We have a special. Get ready for this title.
Okay.
Borat supplemental reportings retrieved from floor of stable containing editing machine. It is
what?
It is leftover footage and some new content related to Borat subsequent movie film.
Okay, so A, how awesome. B, how much Giuliani this time?
I don't know if we have any leftover Giuliani footage, but I think this is one of it's going to be a couple of special. This is on Prime Video, and some of the content included here is a VHS cassette of a material deemed sub-acceptable by the Kazakhstan Ministry of Censorship and Circumcision. Yeah. Also, Borat spending some time in lockdown in America with some conspiracy theorists, and they talk about, such topics as, the vaccine microchip and the mail-in ballot scam and George Soros, among others.
Oh, quick thing before you go on. Did you see or hear about Sacha Baron Cohen accepting his MTV award and all the characters that he's ever done, from Borat to Ali G and Bruno, also came on?
Really? No, I missed it.
Yeah. Oh, I read about it in the Daily Mail.
Okay.
And all the characters, and it's Cohen just playing all those characters, and then finally Baron Cohen just goes, fuck all this. I was hoping for an Oscar, but after this, I'm canceling myself.
Yeah, good. Good for him. Coming up on Thursday, we've been waiting, someone's been waiting a year and a half for this. Friends, the reunion on HBO Max.
Okay. I have a bone to pick with this bullshit.
Only one?
There's a few, but this is the big one. So I decided to go out into the world recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm now fully vaxxed here, hence my my shininess and my very strong 5G signal here.
Yes.
And as I'm walking into ye old clothing store, there is a row of T-shirts with the Friends sayings like, "How you doing?" and "Can this be any more of a T-shirt?"
I didn't know they sold T-shirts at Mr. Mac.
Obviously they are strapped for cash, and I get it. It's the pandemic, but still, have a little decency, folks.
Yeah,
Come on.
This is a reunion special. This description from Metacritic, I would recommend checking out Metacritic. They some funny shit there once in a while. This is the description for the reunion. Blame the pandemic. When HBO Max launched exactly a year ago, they weren't there for you. But now the cast of the 1990s NBC hit Friends, which some of you may know as the 2010s Netflix hit Friends, has finally reunited to celebrate themselves and collect a tidy $2.5 million paycheck in the process. And here are the guest stars besides the cast. Of course, you've got Reese Witherspoon, Tom Selleck, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber, David Beckham, Maggie Wheeler, Janice, James Corden, Elliot Gould, Mindy Kaling, and of course BTS.
Okay.
And also Gunther.
Okay, I was about to make an off-white joke, but I guess BTS is not quite so progress.
Well, yeah, I hear that BTS are there, and I guess they're also doing a remake of the theme song, because one of the 9 members of BTS, or maybe all of them, grew up watching Friends, and that's how they learned to speak English.
So this is another reason the Koreans are going to beat us finally.
Probably.
Is that it?
Yeah. Also on Thursday, here's something on Paramount Plus. They're rebooting Rugrats as a CGI animated series.
I don't know how to feel about this.
It looks less creepy than the Charlie Brown shit, but here's the voice cast. Some of the original cast will be returning. I'm guessing E.G. Daily will be in there. But get this cast and see if you can see what they have in common here. Tony Hale, Anna Klumsky, Timothy Simons. What do those 3 have in common?
No, not the Veep cast.
Yes. All right, there's 3 people from Veep. Also, Nicole Byer, Michael McKean, and Natalie Morales will also be in there.
Wow.
Yeah. So Rugrats on Paramount Plus coming back. Lucifer wraps up on Friday on Netflix.
Is it wrapping up?
We don't know. It was supposed to. Season 5 was supposed to be the final season, but it's looking like it could continue on, which I'm all for.
Yeah. It's like Shameless. It should just continue on and on and on. Why are we debating this?
Yeah, and also the series finale of the Kaminsky Method with Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin.
Okay.
How
do I feel about this?
That geezer show. And Saturday, this is Oslo on HBO and HBO Max. It's adapted from a Tony Award-winning play of the same name, based on the true stories of the negotiations, the 1993 Oslo Peace Accords. and I'm only interested because Ruth Wilson is in this, and she's fucking great.
Again, what is it with you and Scandinavians? What the fuck?
I don't know. Got me.
All right.
And that's it for the new stuff coming up this week. I'm assuming we'll be here next Sunday, right? We're not taking Memorial Day off, are we?
Of course, I'm not.
Neither am I.
Why would you?
I don't know.
All right.
Let me do the math. I think it's entirely possible that you might be able to be allowed back into the TV Tan studios.
Ooh. And I'm kind of looking at the schedule. I'm kind of debating because the sports desk is trying to plan around AEW, but at the same time, it's like AEW is kind of starting to wear. I think the sports desk can make some allowances on this one. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah, I think we can work it out because I need to focus on the NWA and the MLW at this point. And Lord knows I don't need to deal with any more biography or Dark Side of the Ring for a while.
So you're saying Slam Wrestling pays better than TV Tan? Is that what you're saying? That's where your priorities are?
Forgive me, it's going to take some while to sugarcoat the words. I will say the sports desk is very important, but it's only about as important as I am allowed to be. So I've yet to cancel myself.
I mean, you can't spend that Canadian money in America. You know that, right?
Fuck.
The Coinstar will just spit them right back out.
Jesus Christ. I never thought I'd get a currency that would be worth less than Bitcoin or Dogecoin. Thank you, Elon Musk.
You know, for the first while, it became a thing. I thought Dogecoin was Doggy Coin because, the dog.
Right.
Yeah, I thought, why isn't it called Doggy Coin? That makes way more sense. But what the fuck do I know? I'm no cryptocurrency billionaire yet.
Well, you just don't have an MBA like me. But thankfully, I work for SlamWrestling.net because of that.
Drink. Drink. Okay, that's probably enough for now. We want to thank our sponsors. This week it was Five Wives, or actually Five Husbands Vodka this week from Ogden's Own Distillery. And who are our other sponsors?
Why, folks, you have so many to choose from. They are Sugar House Distillery, then there's Outlaw Distillery, and of course, there's our good friends at Bohemian Brewery, and from what I can tell from the Teddy Bear Nannicams, you're still digging through the pallets and pallets of beer, and my God, did you dig a 16th basement for the pallets of beer?
Not as far as you know, but maybe.
I'm thinking yes.
Okay.
I'm thinking yes.
Yeah, and also speaking of Five Wives and Five Husbands Vodka from Ogden's Own Distillery, they are well represented in at least in the liquor stores that I visited in Idaho.
Very nice to hear. And of course, please visit our good friend Ivy in downtown Salt Lake at her store Boostique. So many great things that you can get there to really set off your five husbands, set off your five wives. Either way, we're getting there. We're getting there closer, but still, wear a mask. Okay?
Yeah.
Done.
All right.
I think we satisfied everybody.
Anything else besides your writings at slamwrestling.net? My current slugmag.com article, I'm sure we've talked about it here previously.
You do a thing for Slug Magazine.
Yeah, rock and roll TV series you can watch, including Paradise City, and on the shit side, and also on the good side, Flight of the Conchords, going way back with Tenacious D and a few others. You can read all about that. I believe next month. Well, I'll have to write it sometime this week, but I'll have another one coming out in June. We'll see what that one's going to be about because I don't know yet.
May I offer a suggestion?
Sure.
And for once, it's not wrestling related. Here.
Okay.
I'm going to say maybe focus on let's see. Actually, I had it, but now I lost it.
It's gone already. Oh.
Because I'm still in wrestling mode at this point. That's the reason why.
All right. So. I'll figure something out, or if it comes back to you, let me know.
Let me sip on the genius juice, and I think I'll come up with something. We're still just performance artists, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah. So with that, reach out to us any way you want. Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, all TV Tan Podcast. Rate us on the things if you feel like it. If not, totally cool. Either way.
Send us the stuff through the listener bag. We miss the listeners, and especially Ted, keep coming up with stuff, but for God's sake, a little context, all right? That's all they're asking.
All right. With that, good night, America.
And jiggle that handle because it's time to flush.
There's only me and my TV.